Meow, my friends. It seems Germany is feeling a bit jumpy these days. Defense Minister Boris Pistorius has sounded the alarm about Russian hybrid warfare, warning that Putin knows exactly how to get under their lederhosen. And let's be honest, who doesn't love a good pinprick now and then? But seriously, folks, this hybrid warfare business is no joke. We're talking cyber attacks, fake news, and economic shenanigans, basically everything short of actually invading. It's like Russia is playing geopolitical Jenga, seeing how many blocks they can pull out before the whole thing comes crashing down. Putin's hybrid warfare is like a Russian nesting doll of threats. Open one, and you'll find another one inside, each more annoying than the last. Pistorius, a seasoned politician who's been juggling grenades in the Defense Ministry since 2021, isn't just whistling Dixie here. As our good friend Boris said, to ignore the hybrid threat as it makes us uncomfortable will not make it smaller, but rather larger. It's like ignoring that weird noise your car's making. It's not going away. It's just getting ready to leave you stranded on the autobahn. We're talking about Russian bots flooding German Facebook feeds faster than beer steins at Oktoberfest, and cyber attacks more persistent than a German trying to reserve a beach chair with their towel. It's enough to make you want to crawl back into your beer garden and never come out. And it's not just Germany feeling the heat. The Baltic states, those plucky little countries sandwiched between Russia and a hard place, have decided to beef up their military might. Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania are forming their own little defence boy band, complete with matching outfits and synchronised tank manoeuvres. Their new hit single, Bye 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 Russian Aggression, it's topping the charts faster than you can say geopolitical tension. But wait, there's more. Germany's going all in, committing to station 4,000 troops in Lithuania. That's more Germans heading east than during a summer vacation to Poland's beaches. Because nothing says we come in peace like parking a small army on your neighbour's doorstep, am I right? Now, some of you might be thinking, but Ron, isn't this all a bit of an overreaction? Well, let me remind you of the time Russia decided Crimea looked better in Russian green than Ukrainian blue. Spoiler alert, it didn't end well for Ukraine. And let's not forget that time a Russian warship decided to play a game of who's got the biggest guns with a German helicopter over the Baltic Sea back in November. Spoiler alert, the ship won. Nothing like a few warning shots to spice up your average Tuesday, eh? And let's not forget the upcoming German elections. Apparently, Putin's got his eyes on that prize too, because why bother with boring old democracy when you can have a side of Russian meddling to keep things interesting? It's like The Bachelor Berlin edition, but instead of roses, they're handing out disinformation campaigns. Will the German voters give their final rose to democracy, or will they be swayed by the smooth-talking Russian bot in the corner? Stay tuned, folks. But fear not, dear viewers. NATO's got a plan. They're beefing up their response force faster than I beef up my savings account after payday. We're talking 300,000 troops ready to go at a moment's notice. That's more people than show up to my birthday parties. It's like they're preparing for the world's most expensive cosplay convention. Dress code, camouflage, and a healthy dose of skepticism. Now, I know what you're thinking. Ron, all this talk of war and politics is making my head spin. Well, my friends, that's exactly what hybrid warfare is designed to do. It's like trying to play chess, poker, and Twister all at once, while someone's periodically kicking you in the shins. Just when you think you've got it figured out, Putin pulls another ace from his sleeve, or should I say, another troll from his troll farm. But here's the real kicker. Proving any of this is happening is about as easy as nailing jelly to a wall. These hybrid tactics are sneakier than a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. 1 minute you're scrolling through your social media feed. The next you're convinced aliens have taken over the government. And let me tell you, the lizard people theory is starting to look pretty tame in comparison. It's like trying to catch smoke with your bare hands. Frustrating, probably futile, and likely to leave you smelling a bit funny. So, what's the bottom line here? Well, it seems Europe's got its knickers in a twist, and they're reaching for their wallets faster than you can say defence budget. Germany's pledged to spend over 2% of its GDP on military stuff annually. That's a lot of fancy tanks and shiny uniforms, folks. It's like they're preparing for the world's most expensive cosplay convention. But before we wrap this up, let's take a moment to appreciate the irony here. It wasn't too long ago that most Germans were about as keen on military spending as a vegetarian at a bratwurst festival. Now they're leading the charge? Talk about a plot twist. It's like watching a pacifist suddenly develop a passion for professional wrestling. Who knew lederhosen could hide so much muscle? And let's not forget about the economic impact of all this sabre rattling. While defence contractors are probably popping champagne faster than you can say military-industrial complex, the average Hans and Greta are left wondering if their taxes are going towards tanks or toilets. It's like the world's most expensive game of Risk, and we're all forced to play. Now, my friends, as we navigate this brave new world of hybrid warfare, remember, stay alert, question everything, and maybe invest in a good tinfoil hat. And if you see any suspicious-looking Russian bots lurking in your Twitter feed, just give them a good virtual swat. It's like playing whack-a-mole, but with potentially world-altering consequences. So what have we learned today? Well, it seems that in the grand chess game of international politics, Russia's playing with a board full of queens, while the rest of us are still trying to remember how the knight moves. It's enough to make you want to flip the board and go home, but unfortunately, this is one game we can't just rage quit. In the meantime, keep your eyes peeled for any suspiciously pro-Russian memes, your firewalls up higher than Trump's border wall ambitions, and your skepticism dialed up to 11, because in this brave new world of hybrid warfare, the next big threat could be hiding in your inbox, your newsfeed, or even that suspiciously friendly new follower on Instagram. And remember, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not after you. In fact, in this case, they probably are. But hey, at least it keeps life interesting, right? Who needs Netflix when you've got geopolitical drama playing out in real time? Now, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the murky waters of hybrid warfare, why not engage in some hybrid viewership? Like this video conventionally, share it unconventionally, and leave a comment that may or may not be part of a sophisticated disinformation campaign. Keep 'em guessing. After all, in the world of hybrid warfare, we're all playing our part. Whether we know it or not, we'll be back soon with more. I'm Ron de Parmesan for Newscats. Thanks for tuning in.